Sawadika. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks to join today's online seminar. I'm Nina, the Director of Overseas Medical Mission Center of彰化Christian Hospital. I'm also the moderator of today's session. But first of all, I would like to thank all of our participants from different countries and sectors. Special thanks for our 4 speakers. And before we start today's session, I would like to invite Jeff Wang from Metal Industries Research and Development Center, also one of our organizers, to give the opening remarks. Jeff, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My boss, Dr. Wang, is online, and I'm Jeff from MIRDC. It is my honor to be here to attend online business matching for innovative smart solution for healthcare, held by Zhonghua Christian Hospital. Thanks, Dr. Gao, and the Zhonghua Christian Hospital for inviting and supporting. I would like to express its sincere appreciation on behalf of Industry Development Bureau, Ministry of Economic Affairs and Metal Industry Research and Development Center, and wish this business matching is successful. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jeff. I think since last year, the COVID-19 outbreak till now, the pandemic brings a huge impact in our daily life. Yeah, no matter in Taiwan or other countries. And COVID-19 also triggered a great demand for digital healthcare technology solutions, such as population screening, tracking the infection, prioritizing the resource allocation, and so on. So we hold 2 seminars on today and tomorrow. So we'll show you the innovative ideas in improving the efficiency and quality of medical service and how innovative products are being applied in healthcare management during the pandemic. So the main theme of today is innovative smart solution for healthcare. And we have 4 speakers with us today, so time is very constrained. So let me remind each of speaker, you have 10 minutes once again to deliver your presentation, and Q&A is after all speakers finish their talks. So all speakers must control time. And for our attendants, if you have any questions, please leave your question at chat box. We have Slido link. The Slido link is at chat box. So you can click the link and leave your question and let us know you are going to address to which speaker. So the first speaker is Balan, the Business Development Manager of IMETech, and his talk is Smart Healthcare and Smart Hospital Solutions from Taiwan. Balan, the floor is yours, please.
Okay, so thanks for your time to join this conference. And I'm Balan from IMETech Taiwan. So sorry for the connection. So everybody see the print screen. I want to introduce the smart healthcare and smart hospital solution from Taiwan. And actually, my company is named IMETech, and we are quite new company founded around 5 years ago. And but we are a group of very experienced worker from a lot of different area. For example, the industrial PC, medical service. So we have one of the Zhonghua Christian branch, Yuanning Christian Hospital, and to build the first smart hospital in Taiwan. So right now still the best in Taiwan and even in Asia. And we won some national prize, and right now we want to develop and we want to share our experience, what we done in Taiwan, and maybe hope this solution, this experience can help the related country like Thailand, like Vietnam, like Malaysia. So what we're gonna do is we want to combine medical technology into IoT, IoT technology to solve the problem in the hospital, in the healthcare area. And of course, right now we have a goal to build an intelligent hospital. So we have some strategy like patient center, operational efficiency, clinical excellence, blah, blah, blah. So we made a lot of solutions, which this solution is already be tested in Taiwan, in Zhanghua Christian Hospital, in other medical group like National Taiwan University Hospital, like Chang'an University Hospital. So soon this tested solution should be solved the same pain points, same problem in your country. So that's why we want to share with you. So what is the smart hospital and smart world scenario? We use this picture to introduce this idea very easily. We have divided 3 parts: lobby, nursing station, and smart world. Lobby should be the outpatient area, so you can receive an outpatient there. So how can we improve the efficiency in the lobby? Should be a very big topic. And we have a nursing station like a control centers. We think that in the a lot of care, for example, the nursing, we start our nursing care from nursing station. So we must integrate a lot of information through the application, through the dashboard, through the smart nursing station, and even the dispensing cabinet. And in the world, we have some sensors display to detect patient status, to let the caregiver know the patient's information. So from the first beginning, this is a vital sign kiosk we introduce. We normally put in the hospital lobby, and of course you can put anywhere in the public space, even in the supermarket, even in some pharmacy. So the idea is we build a platform, integrate a lot of FDA-approved hardware devices like blood pressure machine, body temperature machine, oximeters, and even height, weight, a lot of this one. We connect all the data API and keep it and send to the HIS. So the vital sign station could be self-service, and the user can use their car, for example, ID card, insurance card to register, to measure, and all the data will send to the cloud, which will be integrated to hospital information system. And this is the AI UI right here. Right now, since already have sale to some countries, so right now we have Chinese content, English content, Thai content, even Vietnamese content. And this because not only the UI, but we also have the audio, text, and even video to instruction. So that help the user can operate it by themselves. And of course, it can be sent to other places. So we even try to sell it to some supermarket, to some condominium. So we can cooperate with some landlord or something like that. They can collect all the user patients data and do some business application. And this is another hardware. You can imagine same platform but different hardware. We cooperate with some telecom company. So they can use this like a home care kit, because a huge kiosk is not suitable put into everybody's home. So in this case, we use same platform. This platform, in this case, we install it on a tablet. So this tablet can be put in everybody's home. So with this tablet and a special hardware like this one, actually is also made in Taiwan with Taiwan FDA approved, including blood pressure test, blood sugar test, total cholesterol, urine acid, and blood sugar, and then the ECG. And this, you can see this quite tiny size. So with this platform and this hardware, we can also perform the data collecting in everybody's home. Okay, so the idea is something like this one. We built a platform. This platform can communicate a lot of different kind of hardware, depends on different scenario. And after we collect it, we can share it to some service. In hospital, it should be hospital information system. In elderly center, it should be their management system. And we can even collaborate with other enterprises, CRM or something like that. Okay, into the second solution is the bedside patient information display. And for the regulation, we need to show the patient information behind the bedside. But before, it should be manually changed. But right now, manual change should not a lot of problem. You take a lot of tasks, and the information should won't be repressed, won't be refreshed and in time, in real time. So we use a digital display to link to to our back platform, which will exchange the information with HIS. So we'll show the patient information on IPC or on e-paper, which is similar with Amazon Kindle. It's the same idea. So with this information display, we can show the patient information, and the patient can also like this one, show patient information, caregiver information, some precaution, and the patient even can send some requests from this button. There's some button, interaction button right here, nursing call, IV call, even ring cleaning request. And in the nurse station, we gathering all the information from the HIS, from the patient information display. So we'll show all the information on nurse station. So in the nurse station, they can gathering all the information through this platform, which will increase their efficiency and provide better care service. So you can see many blocks right here. Each block means one patient, so you can just press and all the information will pop out like this page. And there's put also another sensor in the wall. This sensor is the idea that, of course, as soon as the same regulation in everywhere is that you cannot put a camera in the wall because it will violate the privacy issue. So same problem in Taiwan. So, but we still want to taking care or want to know the patient status in the wall, how we can do that. So we use a IR, time of flight sensor technology. We use these sensors, we can detect the shape of the users and even the distance. So we will know that the patient is lying on bed, leaving the bed, or even falling down behind the bed. So we use these sensors, we follow this regulation, and this is not a wearable device. We can still detect the patient status legally. Yeah, so we have a platform to analyze the action. Actually, we'll even record a video or take a video shot once something detect, for example, patient leaving the bed or patient falling down. So it will also send a warning to the nurse since they have already have a nursing application. And there's another problem because always there's two big problems in the hospital. One, patient falling down, so we use the TOF sensor to help this problem. The second one is the medication error. So in this case, we use this one automatic dispensing cabinet to control the medication delivery. So in this case, normally this cabinet will put into the nurse station, in the ICU, in the operation room. So we use this hardware with this solution. We integrate with HIS, with precaution, and with the pharmacy system. So we will know who has the right to access this medicine. Normally, the nurse, doctor, or pharmacist have the right to access this medicine. So they need to scan their badge. They need to do in the face recognition, even fingerprinting recognition. Once it proves you have a right to access this medicine, so we will link the information to the HIS. So they can enter the patient's number, enter the prescription number to access to check if the medicine is stored in this cabinet or not. Okay, so normally the cabinet will store the important medicine, for example, the restriction medicine like morphine, like sleeping pill. Once you want to acquire this restriction medicine, you need to scan your badge, recognize, and put in the right prescription code, and let the system double confirm if you have the right to access the medicine or not. Of course, all the action will be memorized in the system. So we can use this solution to make sure the security, to make sure all the log. Yeah, so you can trace, you can make sure the medication safety. And there's not the last but not the least is another solution that we use in the ICU. It actually is a similar idea with the smart ward, but we call it's a smart ICU.
1 minute, please. Yeah,
okay, so in this smart ICU, we connect all the devices because you need to drag, you need to read, you can acquire, how can we acquire this data? So we use this one to communicate a lot of devices in the ICU. So we have different layers. Layout to fit different application. In some real case like this one, you have a system linked to a lot of devices in the ICU and grab all the data and send the right data to the right person. So there's a lot of models. We already integrate more than 250. And there's some case, since right now we have already integrated developing some markets, the Thailand market, Vietnamese markets. So with this chance, we are looking for, if you are interested, you are welcome to contact with us. We're looking for some collaboration, business opportunity, or even some doing some direction help to some local hospital or local SI partner. So thanks for your time. I'm Ben from MATech, and we're looking for a future collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you, Ben.
Yeah.
Yep. So our second speaker is Amy, the manager of Acer Healthcare. She is going to share the transforming diabetic retinopathy screening through an AI-based solution, VeryCDR. Amy, please.
Hello, everyone. I'm Amy from Acer Healthcare, and today I would like to give you an introduction to how our AI software, VeryCDR, helps improve the quality of diabetes care. So before we begin, here's a brief introduction to Acer Healthcare. So we're a subsidiary of Acer, the company that sells computers, and our mission is to improve human health and well-being through artificial intelligence. And VeryCDR is our very first product. It's an award-winning diagnostic software that utilizes AI to analyze images of the retina for signs of diabetic retinopathy, or DR. And the target audience is diabetes healthcare professionals. VeryCDR assists healthcare professionals, especially doctors who are not eye specialists, to interpret the images of the eyes. So what exactly is DR? So DR is a complication of diabetes caused by high blood sugar levels, damaging the back of our eyes. And there are usually only minor or no symptoms in the beginning that could lead to blindness if not properly managed. But fortunately, blindness is preventable with regular annual screening. So currently, over 400 million people worldwide have diabetes, and it's estimated that 1/3 of all patients with diabetes will eventually develop DR over the course of their life. And while annual screening is recommended for all diabetic patients, in reality, only less than 50% of the patients get screened, even in the developed world. And this low screening rate is due to a number of challenges. So first, there's a worldwide problem of shortages of ophthalmologists. The doctor-to-patient ratio is in the order of 1 to thousands, and this then leads to the problem of overworked ophthalmologists and delayed reports. And in addition, DR screenings are often done at diabetes clinics, but diabetes specialists may not be trained to interpret the eye images. So this is where VeryCDR comes in to overcome these challenges. When in action, VeryCDR assists the doctors to make diagnosis of DR from diabetic patients' images and provide an immediate result on referral recommendations. And specifically, our software is to be installed on the computer that's connected to the fundus camera. And it can be configured so that as soon as it detects the new images, it will automatically start the analysis and output a referral recommendation within 3 to 5 seconds. And it's approved by regulatory agencies in Taiwan, Thailand, and Indonesia, and has an overall accuracy of 93%, which was validated through a formal clinical trial conducted at National Taiwan University Hospital. So now I will go over how VeryCDR works in an actual user workflow. So typically, VeryCDR is installed on the computer that's connected to the fundus camera. And when the images are taken, they will be saved in a designated folder. And we can configure VeryCDR to automatically detect new images and start to analyze the images in real time. So after it finished the analysis, a report will be generated automatically. So basically, we can configure VeryCDR to work in the background so that the user doesn't ever have to manually upload the images for the AI analysis. And the user will already have the result a few seconds after the images are taken. And I just mentioned the automated workflow, but if you prefer to manually upload the images for analysis, we also have a very simple user interface. So on the left, you may choose the one eye icon, and after you upload your image and hit the Analyze button, you will see the result shown here in the dial. So green means the patient only needs to come back for regular checking. And red means that referral to ophthalmologist is recommended. And if you like a report, you can also click on the Create Report button and generate a report like this. So in the next section, I would like to go over the impacts of VeriCDR in the real clinical setting. So the original patient journey at a medical center in Taiwan is illustrated here. So you can see that there are quite a lot of pain points. So when a diabetic patient needs a DR screening, an educator or nurse will first take an eye image for the patient, and without any mechanism to check the image quality, the patient then goes home and the images are left in a huge pile of cases waiting to be graded. And with an average of 1,500 patients per month, the team of diabetes doctors would have to finish grading around 45 reports per day. And since the doctors are not eye specialists, they may not be trained to interpret the eye images, and it takes an average of 3 to 5 minutes to grade each image. And the patient would not receive the result until they come back for their regular diabetes appointment 3 months later. So if the patient is recommended for referral to an eye specialist, same-day appointments are also almost impossible to book. So as a result, the patient's referral to eye specialist is delayed, and therefore treatment is also delayed. And the medical center further risks losing the patient to external eye clinics. So this is where VeriCDR comes in and provides solution to each of the pain points. We co-worked with the medical center's IT department, division of endocrinology, and division of ophthalmology to customize and integrate VeriCDR into their PACS and his system according to their requests. So we can customize this so that VeriCDR results are automatically displayed in PACS as well as already pre-checked in the patient report form. So basically, we can achieve seamless integration of AI into the original clinical workflow, so healthcare professionals don't have to change their routine. So after implementing VeriCDR into this medical center for about 1 month, we analyzed the preliminary data collected by randomly selecting around 300 cases. And we found that greater than 90% agreement, there's agreement between the elite team of diabetes doctors and VeriCDR. And such high level of agreement adds confidence to less experienced doctors, and will accelerate the overall diagnosis process. And specifically, VeriCDR reduced the time it takes to interpret each image from around 5 minutes to less than 1 minute, which is an 80% reduction. So by saving time on interpreting the images, the doctors can have more time for patients. So in the new patient journey, VeriCDR provides image quality check system to ensure fundus images are readable by doctors. It increases the confidence of diabetes doctors in diagnosing DR, and the interpretation time is greatly reduced, so doctors have more time for patients and can offer better quality of care. And finally, by optimizing the entire DR screening efficiency, high-risk patients can be identified earlier, so they can be referred to ophthalmologists for treatments earlier. And the implementation of VeriCDR into real clinical settings has already brought positive impacts to the healthcare sector. It not only improves the accuracy and speed of screening, provides early diagnosis and treatments to patients, better prevent disease progression, but most importantly, it improves the quality of patient care and achieves better patient outcomes. In sum, VeriCDR was carefully designed and innovated to meet the specific needs of the medical community and address the challenges of DR screening. With our unique product features combined with customization, we've made the adoption of new digital technologies in the medical community much easier. And in the real world, VeriCDR's accurate and immediate analysis results are already helping healthcare professionals. So as we continue to roll out VeriCDR around the world, it's expected to make greater impact and bring unparalleled values to healthcare professionals, providers, payers, and patients alike. So with that, I'd like to conclude my presentation today. So thank you all.
Thank you very much. The time is controlled very well. And I also found some of our audience, they asked our 4 speakers PowerPoint. So we posted a link at the chat box, so you can, through the link, to download today's 4 speakers and PowerPoint. Okay, so our third speaker is Henry. Henry is the country manager of BenQ Medical Technology Company. So his talk is BenQ Device Medical Care. Henry, the floor is yours, please.
Okay. Thank you for to ask BenQ to join this one. Today, to BenQ, we are talking about innovative medical smart healthcare. I take a few seconds to introduce myself first. My name is Henry Wang. So we take care of 4 countries: Thailand, Myanmar, and Cambodia, and Laos. So today I try to simply to divide into parts because some of the audience, or maybe they don't know much about BenQ company. That's why I spent a few minutes for the introduce BenQ company overview. Then the second part, we talking about some of the product lineup, the benefit go to the hospital or the patient. The third one, for sure, today business matching. We try to get some contact information if anyone to get cooperation to our BenQ company or BenQ product line. Okay, start for a few seconds. I would like to talking about some BenQ milestone. Today, on BenQ, we have been around 36 years old company. We start in 1984. At that time, we only the single company or single manufacturer or single factory. That's why we are focusing only the OEM business. So that's why after 6 years or later, so until year 1991, so we get more experiences. So we are focusing more in terms of the medical, in terms of the component parts, or such as, for example, such as the clean technology or components. Then after 7 years or to 9 years old, 9 years passed by until 2001, the BenQ brand had been started. So that's time our company invests a lot in terms of the marketing costs. Also why a lot of product introducing to the market. So at the end, until 2008, today the BenQ Medical has been established. So it means medical department had been starting in 2008. So it's about around 12 to 13 years already. So until present. So today I represent the today I represent 我的那个我的简报okay. You can see, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can go to next page.
Also, next page. We are talking because of the BenQ lineup is so many items inside. So that's why today I just overview first. We are divided into 4 pillars. First pillar, we're talking about medical service. In 2008, our company invests in medical center in Nanjing in 2008. So that time we had to be around 1,500 patient base. Later on, until 2013, we added bit again for even more bigger, about 2,000 patient base in Suzhou. So there we are the service medical department in this segment. Then we have the how to supply to our own hospital. So that's why we create other teams like a medical equipment, consumable. So we have a lot of product line in here. For example, like a medical display, hemodialysis, some card, IQOR, surgical table, surgical light, or some of the ultrasound system, intraoral scanners, or even though implant. The last thing is disposable. So this is why it's under the equipment we call the BenQ medical device. The other pillar is regarding to the medical solution. That's why we provide some solution integration to the market also. And lastly, the last one is personal care and beauty. So that's why we have such kind of the contact lens, for example, wound care. So today, focusing on this part. So thereby can bring along innovation to the markets or the hospital as well. So talking about the medical device, we have so many companies inside. We are divided into 5 parts also. Here, I said we have the company to integration into put the services into the market also. And also we have the healthcare. We have 2 or 3 a few companies also. And also the medical device, we have the BenQ medical technology to penetrate into the market and give the service to the market also. And medical disposable. That's why about 15 companies along the bank under the BenQ group. You can see the distribution global. I think we are Taiwan company for sure. We have the headquarters in Taipei, and we have 3 factories in Taoyuan, Mary, and Taichung. So then we have more than 50 countries surrounding worldwide for give the service to the customer. So today I'm focusing on the medical part. For medical part, we're talking about the medical technology. We SB allowed 1989. We have now allowed 228 employees inside. So we are focusing on medical device. For example, like I say about the medical device, for example, surgical table, surgical light, ultrasound, and imaging. And also we have the some dental care inside also. For sure, the main service, because of actually we have acquired this company actually in Taiwan more than 30 years already. So the technology very in advance. So that's why we push a lot in terms of the surgical table and light. This one, IQR1 is one of the new coming product up to we call the integration technology into some other department. For example, if you have the surgery, during your surgery, you can also integration into other department also. And also this is good for who? The one who have the, for example, medical school, you can keep the conference room when the doctor have been doing some surgery. This is live, then you can see whatever happened during the surgery. So this is one of the IQ solution providing. And today, because of have a lot of product inside our BenQ pipeline. So today I will focus being in one product line we call the portable ultrasound product. Actually, this one, the display, we are manufactured by our own itself, by BenQ, even though R&D or the device itself. Innovative one. So portable ultrasound, we focusing only the portable one. We're not focusing the carpet one. So our use core competency is like a mobile phone, like a tablet, everything you can touchable for the portable ultrasounds. And optimizing ultrasound image with the BenQ hospital platform. You can connect to, integrate to the platform or whatsoever. So some milestone in here, we starting 2009. That's one at that time we are manufacturing. We only do the some ODM or OEM. So later we have the first generation we call in 2012. So BenQ ultrasound has been as a bit have been happening in the market. At that time we design into the portable one, and 3 more years later we have another generation is coming. So this one we call the tablet platform. So that's why from until now we have the 3rd generation come introduced to the market already. This is good for who? Good for where? Okay, later we can see. And we providing all the probe in several probe to provide into the application. Some the clinical one. You can see we have starting from 2 to 6 megahertz until 5 to 15 megahertz, depend on the which probe. This is application via services, domain, OBG, VIR, and also all in here. So that's why you can use our portable ultrasound, same like the big carpet one. Also, application and the image was the same. You can see full function anywhere, anytime. Because we are focusing only the portable one. So that's why easy for who? For OPD one. That's why for sure you get OPD clinic clinical, they're very small. We can put small devices only the portable inside when you do some clinical part. And the clinic also very easy to install in some emergency of the medicine. Because in Taiwan, someone to need to deliver or checking up from the remote area. So OR for sure the operating room also can do also because of operating room is quite messy inside. So a lot of the device.
Yeah. 1 minute.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So then the remote location for sure. Then you can move on to the remote area. Education. Yeah, as I said earlier, you can put along of you anywhere. OPD critical application. When you injection or Sonos Sky treatment, you can use ultrasound together with your Sonos Sky treatment also. As a special you say for the mobile healthcare, for sure like in Taiwan. So we have the mobile ambulance outside in Thailand also in other, so you can get along with your ambulance service also. And some remote area, I said earlier, anywhere, anytime you can bring along with you. This is very light, same like one the computer notebook. The light is very the weight is very light. So OR application we can serve it everything in here. Okay, last page is about education and training. You can bring along our ultrasound portable one to the education and training to anywhere. This is good for who want to get along the ultrasound, not to get the big impact.
Okay, you had to get the closing.
The last one.
The time is up.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you, Henry. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Henry. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so our last speaker is Sophie. She is the senior manager of Highwing Technology Company, and she's going to talk about the new robotic solution accessible to medical service. Sophie, the floor is yours, please.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is Sophie Lin from Highwing Technologies. Here I'm going to share with you all some robotic solutions accessible to medical services. We all know the robots can help in the future when we have staff shortage in hospitals. And now under the current circumstances, the robots can also help in reduce the physical contact from between peoples. Okay. My introduction will include 5 parts as the outline shows. Okay. Let me start with some information about Highwing companies. Highwing Technologies is a 32 years old company specialized in the precision motion control and the system technologies. It's a global company, has its headquarters in Taichung, Taiwan, and it supplies the precision components worldwide, including the linear ball screw, guideway, and also the industrial robot and medical robots. Here are some examples showing how Highwing used to participate in medical market. Highwing used to supply the key components to our medical clients, customers. They use our components in their medical device for the moving part. For example, in the CD or MRI, you may have the moving part. They have the Highwing linear guide weight inside. And we provide a precision positioning for the medical devices. And here are Highwing industrial robots. They are widely used in intelligent automation in industrial field, where there has some manpower limitation or some factory may require efficient production. So the Highwing industrial robot can be used in either various markets such as food, medicine, or maybe some consumer cafe or some consumer products. And we used to be an industrial manufacturer, and now we moved to to participate in medical service provider. We started our medical development by integrating our core technologies in the motion control, and we cooperate with hospitals, with some clinical professionals to develop some robotic solutions to meet the hospital's unmet need. The most demands we received are they also need automation in hospitals to assist in the medical services, especially those routine jobs in hospitals. They may take too much manpower, or some jobs may cause the physical fatigue. As a technology company, when we involve in this medical field, we also cooperate with some clinical professionals. We set up a research center in China Medical University, and also we have some clinical trial in EACAD Training Center, and we have also an observation site in Zhongshan Medical University Hospital. Highway Robotics Solution is now providing services in rehabilitation and surgery department. We use our core technology components and do the vertical integration and make this robotic solution more useful, more practical in the real daily use. And the first product I'm going to show you is Highway Robotic Gait Training System, which is the gait trainer for rehabilitation. This robotic trainer is designed to help in the situation for the limitation in early walk training. As we know, when the patient in the stroke patient, the spinal cord injury patient, in their very early stage, they have very poor balance ability or very low, weak muscle strength. In this stage, when the conventional therapy or manual training may not have sufficient training, or they may have a big concern about the risk to fall. So Highway Robotic Trainer is designed with the very safe support, and also use the technology to make the repeated training and possible. It combines the stepping, the weight bearing, and also the balance training in one machine. So it makes the early stage patient to start training possible. The best part of this machine is that it can help the very early stage, the weak patients, to stand and do the training. As you can see from this video, only one therapist can help the very weak patient to stand on this machine and start training. The total time taken be less than 5 minutes. And the training program for the therapist is programmable. The therapist can make his plan according to various patient's conditions, such as they can set up the step size, training speed, training time, and also the walking patterns. You can design a customized one, which is better for a different stage of patient training. And the robotic trainer is now installed in more than 100 hospitals worldwide, and mostly in China and also in Taiwan. Most of them are those medical centers which provide advanced robotic electronic robotic rehabilitation to their patients. Okay. The second product I'm going to show to you all is the robotic arm for surgery. It's highway robotic endoscope holder. Just like and Da Vinci has 4 arms of robotic arm, Highwind just provide 1 arm to help the surgeons in their surgery. This robotic endoscope holder is designed to enhancing the surgery image, the stable surgery image. We can see from the video on this slide, comparing the human scope holder at the left and also the robotic endoscope holder image at the right. You can, we may find that the robotic endoscope holder, they can provide the long time and constantly stable image throughout the whole surgery processes. And since Highwind is specialized in the motion control, so we have the remote center, motion center. You can see
Sophie,
from
1
this,
minute. 1 minute.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You can see from this video, the endoscope holder the movement of the holder can be fixed in this center point. This center point is where the incision on the human body. So it can be sure the smaller wound and smaller wound, the advantage of minimal invasive surgery. Okay, having endoscope holder also provide better experiences for surgeons. It brings the safe, concentrated environment and also an easier solo surgery experiences. You can see the picture at the left. The surgeon can even finish their surgery in a sitting position. A robotic solution just get some very good feedback. And we won some recognition of awards, including the International Innovation Award and also Taiwan Excellence Gold Award. We want our robotic solution can really help the medical staff to improving their service efficient and also the quality of human life. Thank you all for your listening, and we look forward to our cooperation. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophie. Yeah, thank you all for our speakers. And so now open for QA. So if you have question, you can leave your question at the chat box. You also have leave a question at our Slido. The Slido link is we also post on the chat box. So please let us know you were going to address question to which speaker. And if you join from the YouTube, the Slido link is also at the YouTube description. So for our friends, if you join from the YouTube, you also can leave your question, then we can pass the question to our speaker. Any question? Okay. Let me ask the first question to Balan. So if there is any hospital in Thailand would like to implement the smart solution from the beginning, so what's your suggestions?
Okay, thank you, Dr. Nina. And actually, this is a very good question. We will also keep asking about this question because as you already heard about it, we have many solutions for a smart hospital. I would say that, of course, depends on different hospital needs and we have a different reply. But normally, we'll focus on 2 parts. These 2 parts will be outpatient and inpatient part. Of course, so it will solve the basic requirement from the hospital side. Of course, the outpatient part and the inpatient part is most people and most customer there. So for the outpatient part is, of course, it is the vital sign kiosk at the first beginning, because waiting too long is a big problem in the hospital. And actually, I know that, for example, in Thailand, your government were looking for Thai 4.0, and the Minister of the Health Insurance bureau, and they want to promote some digital activity with the Gongtai Bank to improve the curing efficiency or the registration efficiency in the hospital. So I assume the virtual clinic is a good choice. And the second one, in the inpatient area, we will suggest that the nursing station, smart nursing station, so we will let the nurse get the information more quickly, more correctly, and the patient information card in the world. So it will fix regulation, upgrade all the service. And of course, both of these two, I would say that is a key to prove the JCI regulation. Since in Taiwan, JCI regulation also asks about how you can approve the efficiency in the outpatient, how you can make sure the quality in the inpatient. So I think these two solutions, bedside kiosk and the smart nurse station, is a good choice for the beginner for the smart hospital. Thank you.
Thank you, Belen. And Sophie, yeah, is the robotic arm compatible with all endoscope brands? Any of specific requirements?
Yes, it is now compatible with all the brands in the market, such as Storz, Olympus, and it has the two sizes of the endoscope diameter. One is for 10 millimeter and one is 5 millimeter. Yes.
Okay, the question for Amy. So in addition to providing information on whether the patient needs to be referred to an eye doctor, does VeriC also provide information on detection and labeling the specific finding of DR?
Okay, thank you, Nina. So the main purpose of VeriC DR is to help the frontline healthcare professionals identify the DR patients that are at risk earlier so that they can be referred to ophthalmologists or eye doctors earlier and receive treatments early. So in such case, what's most important is really correctly identifying the high-risk group of patients for treatments later. What you mentioned about the additional information such as detection and labeling of specific findings would be helpful, but not necessary in such scenario. So these functions are more for assisting eye doctors to see the findings faster. So with that being said, we do plan on adding this function to VeriC DR, and the estimated release time is Q2 of next year. Thank you.
Yeah, there's one of our friends from Thailand. He would like to ask, the use of digital technology can help improve the management of DR screening. So he would like to know about the difficulty of the clinical management.
Difficulties of clinical management in terms of
like the, I think that's because of they don't have the technology to improve the screening or whatever. So do you have any of suggestion?
So if there's as long as there's a camera, there's a fundus camera that can take images of the retina, these are called color fundus images. If you don't have a doctor that can help grade or read the images, that's where VeriC DR comes in, can help to grade and identify which patient needs to be referred to ophthalmologists. So that will definitely help in that way. Yeah.
Okay. And another question I will ask Sophie, why your rehabilitation machine doesn't need a suspension system? Sophie.
Because we have, we have different theories. We have patented three-point support. So we use our three-point support on his belly and his knees so that the patient, even he cannot stand on his own, he can still safely support on this machine. And the standing position rehabilitation is more natural to our real walk pattern. Yeah, that's why we design without the suspension system.
I know that's BenQ, you have a branch office in Thai, right? And
Right,
what is your major product in Thai? And how about
Okay.
the after sales service? Because most of the
Okay.
hospitals, yeah, they are very concerned about the sales service, after sales service. Yeah.
Okay. Actually, we 3 years ago we just plan to exhibit the company. The company has a meeting and living in Bangkok right now. The major product right now is about blood banking and also hemodialysis. So later on, we bring in the BenQ under the medical device. After services, we have also the engineering department, after sales service department in the office. That's why the one who get correlation or will be a hospitalist, you can get the full services in terms of our team. So that's why we have also the partner on upside also outside the Bangkok. But in Bangkok, we also have our engineering and the after service to service all of the customer in our own department.
Okay.
So don't worry about this after service sale.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so I think our time is almost up. Could I ask my staff to post the 4 speakers their email on the chat box? Yeah, because so later on, if you have any question, you can contact to the 4 speakers. We will leave the email on the chat box. Once again, thanks our 4 speakers, and the speakers' contact email is already on the chat box. So if you have any question in the future, you can directly write an email to contact to our 4 speakers. So I'm going to close today's seminar. Tomorrow at the same time, we have another session and to invite another 4 speakers to share the medical devices applied on healthcare and management to fight the COVID-19. So don't forget to join us tomorrow. So at the same time, I'm looking forward to see you online. I wish you have a good time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
Thank you.